We all feel sad sometimes. It's a universal experience that touches everyone, regardless of age, background, or circumstance. It's a natural human emotion, just like happiness, which brings us joy and laughter, anger, which can make us feel powerful and assertive, or fear, which often protects us from danger. Sometimes sadness comes and goes quickly, like when we miss a friend or lose a game. These moments are fleeting, and we often bounce back quickly. Other times it lingers for a while, especially if something big happens, like a disappointment or a loss. These deeper, more profound experiences can leave a lasting impact on our hearts and minds. It's important to remember that feeling sad is okay. It's a natural response to life's challenges and changes. It's our body's way of telling us that something is bothering us. It's a signal that we need to pay attention to our emotional well-being. It's like a signal that helps us understand our feelings and figure out what we need. By acknowledging our sadness, we can start to address the underlying issues. Just like we wouldn't ignore a physical pain, we shouldn't ignore our sadness. Ignoring it can lead to more significant emotional distress over time. Instead, we can try to understand it, learn from it, and eventually move through it. There are many ways to cope with sadness, such as meditation, reading, or talking to someone we trust. Remember, it's okay not to be okay all the time. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can make a big difference. Embracing our emotions rather than suppressing them allows us to heal and grow. Engaging in activities that bring us peace and joy can also help us navigate through our sadness. Whether it's a walk in nature, painting, or simply taking time for self-care, these actions can be incredibly healing. Cherishing positive memories and connecting with loved ones can remind us that even in our darkest moments, there is light and hope. Sadness is a part of life, but it doesn't define us. We have the strength to overcome it and find happiness again. Ever wonder what's happening inside your brain when you feel sad? Well, it's like a whole chemical party going on in there. Our brains have these special messengers called neurotransmitters, and two of the most important ones are dopamine and serotonin. Dopamine is like the feel-good chemical. It gives us a surge of pleasure and motivation. Serotonin, on the other hand, is like the mood stabilizer. It helps keep our emotions balanced and steady. When we're sad, our dopamine levels tend to dip, and our serotonin production slows down. This can make us feel down, unmotivated, and even a little bit numb. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes, even though sadness doesn't feel good, we might find ourselves drawn to it. Why? Because our brains are creatures of habit. When we experience something repeatedly, our brains create neural pathways, like little roads that our thoughts and feelings travel along. If we've been sad for a while, those pathways become well-worn and familiar. So even though sadness isn't pleasant, it can feel safe and predictable, like an old comfy sweater we can't seem to let go of. We might even start to crave those familiar feelings of sadness, even if we know they're not good for us in the long run. Ever notice how sometimes you just want to listen to sad songs or watch tearjerker movies when you're feeling down? It's a curious phenomenon, isn't it? It might seem counterintuitive, but there's a reason for that. When we immerse ourselves in sad art, we are not just wallowing in our own sorrow. When we connect with sad art, whether it's music, movies, or even paintings, we are engaging in a form of emotional catharsis. We tap into a sense of shared human experience. It's a way of saying, I'm not alone in this. It's like saying, hey, someone else gets it. They understand my pain, my struggles, my emotions. They understand how I feel. This connection, even with strangers or fictional characters, can be incredibly validating. And that feeling of being understood, of not being alone in our sadness, can be incredibly comforting. It's a reminder that our emotions are valid. Plus, sometimes, expressing our sadness through art, even if it's just listening to a song or watching a movie, can help us process those emotions. It allows us to confront our feelings head-on, to acknowledge them, and to give them the space they need. Even if it's just listening to a song or watching a movie, it can be a form of self-care. It can help us process those emotions and release some of the pent-up tension. It's a way to let go, to breathe, and to find a bit of peace. So next time you find yourself drawn to sad songs or movies, remember, it's okay. It's a natural way to heal and to find solace in shared experiences. Section 5. The danger of staying stuck. But here's the thing. While it's okay to find temporary comfort in sadness, Staying stuck in it for too long can be harmful. It's natural to feel down sometimes, and it's important to allow ourselves to process those emotions. However, when we let sadness linger indefinitely, it can start to take a toll on our mental and physical health. Remember those neural pathways we talked about earlier? Our brains are incredibly adaptable, and they form pathways based on our repeated thoughts and behaviors. Well, the more we travel down those well-worn paths of sadness, the stronger and more ingrained they become. It's like walking the same trail in a forest over and over again. Eventually, it becomes a well-trodden path that's hard to deviate from. This can create a cycle where it becomes harder and harder to break free from negative thought patterns and behaviors. Our minds can get trapped in a loop of negativity, making it challenging to see the positive aspects of life. It's like getting stuck in a rut. Imagine a car wheel spinning in the mud. The more it spins, the deeper it sinks, making it increasingly difficult to get out. The longer we stay in it, the deeper it gets, and the harder it becomes to get out. This is why it's crucial to recognize the signs of being stuck and take proactive steps to change our situation. That's why it's so important to recognize when we're getting caught in a cycle of sadness and to take steps to shift our mindset and our habits. Engaging in activities that promote mental well-being, such as meditation, exercise, or journaling, can help us break free from these negative cycles. By actively working to create new, positive neural pathways, we can gradually pull ourselves out of the rut and move towards a healthier, happier state of mind. Section 6. Recognizing the pattern, a step towards healing. The first step to breaking free from the pull of sadness is to recognize that it's happening. Start paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Do you find yourself seeking out sad music, movies, or even social media posts when you're feeling down? Do you withdraw from friends and activities you used to enjoy? Do you dwell on negative thoughts and memories? Recognizing these patterns is key because it helps you become more aware of your emotional habits, and awareness is the first step towards change. Section 7. Small steps, big changes, simple ways to shift your mood. Once you start to recognize the patterns of sadness in your life, you can begin to make small but powerful changes. One simple but effective way to shift your mood is through physical activity. When we exercise, our brains release endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Even a short walk, some gentle stretching, or dancing to your favorite music can make a difference. Another helpful strategy is to focus on gratitude. Take some time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small they may seem. Section 8. Reaching out for help. You don't have to go through this alone. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. If you're struggling to manage your sadness or if it's starting to feel overwhelming, don't hesitate to reach out to a trusted adult, a friend, a family member, a teacher, a counselor, or a mental health professional. Talking to someone about what you're going through can make a world of difference. They can offer support, guidance, and a listening ear. Remember, you're not alone in this, and there are people who care about you and want to help. Section 9. The importance of balance, embracing all our emotions. The goal isn't to eliminate sadness completely. Remember, it's a natural human emotion that serves a purpose. Instead, it's about finding balance in our emotional lives. Just like we need sunshine and rain for a garden to thrive, we need a mix of emotions to live full and meaningful lives. Allow yourself to experience joy, excitement, love, and laughter, just as you allow yourself to feel sadness, anger, or disappointment. Section 10. Remember, you are not your sadness. One of the most important things to remember is that you are not your sadness. Sadness is an emotion, a feeling, a temporary state of being. It doesn't define you and it doesn't control you unless you let it. You are so much more than your sadness. You have strengths, talents, passions, and a unique light that shines from within. Don't let sadness dim your light. Section 11. Moving forward, cultivating joy and resilience. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of joy and times of sadness. It's how we navigate those ups and downs that truly matters. By understanding our emotions, taking care of our mental health, and cultivating resilience, we can learn to ride the waves of life with grace, strength, and an open heart. Remember, you are capable of experiencing incredible joy, love, and fulfillment. Don't be afraid to embrace all that life has to offer.